Hi, and welcome to ANZ UK's virtual interviewing webinar. We're both very excited to be having you here today to go through some hot tips on what you should be doing for virtual interviewing. Just some topics that we'll be going through today and covering. We'll be introducing ourselves, how to present yourself, good versus bad, and important things to remember. So our top tips. So your host today, myself, my name's Phoebe, and joining me today is Janine. Janine, do you want to say a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, hi everyone. My name's Janine. I am the North East Schools team leader at ANZ UK. Worked for the company for about 5 years and in education recruitment overall for 9.5 years. So lots of experience working with interviewing and virtual interviewing, which we're hoping to help you with today.
Fabulous. And my name is Phoebe. I've been with ANZ UK for 3 and a bit years now. Prior to that, I was a school teacher, so I've been on both sides of the interview kind of system as well. And as Janine said as well, working on the North East team, I actually work with Janine on the North East as the senior consultant there. And we deal with a lot of virtual interviewing, so we're here to help out today, and we're really looking forward to taking you through sort of our top tips to help get you the right job. So Janine, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, perfect. So we're just going to go through a few tips and tricks on how to present yourself. So number one is always dress for success. Really important that you present yourself well in this way. Even though it is a virtual interview, you're not in person with the people you'd be interviewing with, you can still be seen. You're on camera the whole time. There have been previous experiences where we've put people forward for interview, and even if the content of the interview has gone well, there has been feedback from schools if teachers, teaching assistants aren't dressed appropriately, if they look a little bit scruffy, or we don't want to be in a hoodie or pajamas. We want to be dressed really appropriately. Make sure it's smart and efficient for whatever you're interviewing for. Secondly, you really want to monitor your body language. Again, you're always on camera the whole time, so most people don't know, but 55% of what you say is based on your body language. So we don't want any closed body language, arms folded or slumped. We want to make sure that we're sat upright, we're presenting well, and you've got that open body language, and that can mean you can come across in a warmer way to the people that you're interviewing for. And then in terms of maintaining eye contact, this is really important, and this is something that I've experienced myself. My first ever Skype interview for ANZ UK Melbourne, it can be quite off-putting when you can see yourself on camera in the corner of your eye or the corner of your screen. Try and block that out as much as you can. You want to make sure that you're looking directly at the camera as you would if you were face-to-face with the people that you're interviewing with. So as I say, just maintain that eye contact throughout.
Definitely. I think a really good way of doing that is if you can hide yourself from the screen and just have the people that you're looking to as the main contact, and it helps you feel like you are in that conversation, because that can be the hardest thing with virtual interviewing, is that you don't have that face-to-face and you don't have that immediate. So you want to try and emulate that, that experience as much as possible. Wonderful. Another really important thing is to remember to smile. Show that you're enthusiastic and engaged. You want this job. If you're sitting back and you're frowning, or you're not responding when the other person is talking and nodding and those sorts of things, it really does come across that you're not interested, and those things can be an immediate no for future employers. So really make sure you are engaged, you are happy, you're showing that you are interested in what they're talking about, and listening to those questions. Making sure that your face is centered as well, and trying not to move around too much is really important. Something that we've all come across and all struggled with recently is really terrible internet connections. If you move around too much, it can affect your internet, as well as if you're not centered, it can be quite off-putting for the person. It can sort of seem like it's a bit too casual as well. So you want to make sure you're front and center and full focus. And of course, having good posture, sitting with your back straight, have your feet down, have your arms resting on your lap or on the desktop. It's absolutely okay to move your hands about as well. It shows that you're enthusiastic and that you're interested. You don't want to do it too much that it becomes a distraction, but you do want to do it enough to show that you are actually engaged. Good versus bad examples. Janine, do you want to tell us maybe some highlights, some key good things from this picture that we've got on here?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you can see, the lady on the left here, she's dressed really smartly and really appropriately. You can see even just small things like she's done her hair and her makeup to make sure that she's presented really well. She's got, the only thing she's got around her not to distract herself is, you know, she's got her glasses there, maybe a little notepad. You can see that she's really well centered in the screen as well, and she looks really smiley and happy and engaged. So she's definitely got some really great things there in terms of virtual interviewing.
Absolutely. And then I think on the right, it's quite easy to see what the bad things are here. This gentleman is dressed incredibly casually. He's eating. He's got a very large headset. Often that can be hard to sort of avoid having headsets like that. But if you think about when you see people being interviewed on even the BBC, they won't have those headsets on. They're much more face to face with the camera to make it as I guess regular as possible. But yeah, food, having a coffee there. He does have his diary in front of him, which is a positive, but there's a lot of negatives there that, you know, you really want to avoid. Definitely try and embody what's happening in that good side of the picture as well.
Absolutely.
And then important things to remember.
Yeah, perfect. So Phoebe's already touched on that there, but testing your technology, you know, I think we've all come to realize during these times, you know, having to learn from home or work from home, technology can be quite a stressful side of, you know, virtually either interviewing or working with someone. So just make sure you test it prior to the interview, so you're going to just relieve that stress for yourself if anything does go wrong. It's all about the preparation. So definitely test your technology equipment before your interview. Also, you want to be really conscious of your background. So, you know, you don't want to be doing an interview in your bedroom or in your kitchen or, you know, in your living room with TV on in the background. You want to make sure that it is as plain as possible. As you can see with Phoebe's, it's completely plain in the background. The person who's interviewing you is not going to be distracted by anything going on behind you. We understand that obviously it's, you know, not always possible. So for example, for myself, we've got the blinds in the background, but ultimately on the whole centered and it's quite plain behind me. You want to make sure that the lighting's good as well, so they can actually see you properly and get a really good gauge of what you would be like as if you were there in person. And again, in terms of distractions, you just want to make sure that you've got limited distractions as possible. So don't have your phone near you that could go off. If you've got any other technology that where, you know, calls could be coming through, you want to just keep that to an absolute minimum. You just want to be completely focused on what you're doing. So yeah, try and minimize those distractions for sure.
Exactly. And a key thing as well is to practice. I know Janine has mentioned about testing your technology and making sure that that's working each time, but you really want to practice your interview questions too, because at the end of the day, it's not just about how you appear on the interview, it's how you actually answer those questions. All of these things that we're giving tips for add to that, and they definitely do play a part, but at the end of the day, you want to be as prepared as possible. We would highly recommend that you just practice with your family, sit down and get them to come up with questions that might challenge you or ask you specific things about the role that you're going for or the company that you're planning to work for. These sorts of questions can really help you feel a lot more prepared and really do show that you are interested in the position that you are applying for, which again is what a company wants. We want to know that you want to work for us, that you are going to add value to the company at the end of the day. A really important thing as well is that nerves are perfectly normal. People get nervous all the time. Janine and I there was an element of nervousness even doing this recording. It can be really nerve-wracking when you go on camera and you're not sure what to expect. So give yourself a break in that respect. Have yourself a glass of water nearby. I would recommend something nice and simple like this. Try and avoid having a mug or any glasses that have infographics or anything on that can be, again, a bit of a distraction. You just want to keep things plain and simple. The focus should be just on you as a person and what you're answering. And then at the end of the day as well, when you're asked a question, make sure you take it in and give a well thought out answer. It's okay to ask, can you please repeat that question? It shows that you're really wanting to make sure you answer it correctly. The last thing you want to do is answer a question and go on a massive tangent and then find yourself lost and you're not sure how to get back. So take the time. Remember that it's okay to take a deep breath when you're answering the questions and really give some, well thought out answers there as well. Okay, fabulous. And I guess at the end of the day, we've seen this all in the news recently. It was quite hilarious, but you don't want to be this poor Texan lawyer who got stuck, sadly being a kitten. His filter, he couldn't remove it. It was hilarious for us to watch, but you really want to avoid becoming a viral sensation. You just want to be able to have that virtual interviewing set and have that focus again on yourself. And thank you so much for joining us, Janine. Was there anything additional that you'd like to say?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
No, that's okay. I was just saying, is there anything additional you'd like to add?
No, just to reiterate the preparation, that's the key word, I think, that keeps coming back, like preparation, take your time, minimize your distractions. So preparation in terms of your technology, your setup, you know, research the job that you're interviewing for, the practice. So preparation would be the absolute standout for me.
Excellent. And if you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at anzuk.education. It has been our absolute pleasure to lead you through this today. Best of luck for all of your interviews and take care.